we were watching this whole thing go down for hours. I couldn't even believe how much attention he was paying those two. And not his girlfriend or wife or whoever.
Yeah, no, they're having problems.
I'm like, and then she's actually too buried in her phone to notice.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah. She's too busy taking selfies.
She literally was.
And looking at her pictures to notice that her husband or boyfriend or whoever is probably having an affair with her friend who's with
Or
them.
about to.
Or about to. Yeah.
It's Vegas, bitch. What happens in Vegas
What
stays.
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Oh, shit. Unless you find out that I cheated on you and now we have to get a divorce. Sorry that the podcast is late today. We have a very good reason for it.
We were tired.
We've been tired all day.
Yeah.
We were sleeping. Well, I've been sleeping pretty much all day. Alex took a little bit of a nap. She took about a 20-minute nap, but we're tired because we went to Vegas.
Vegas, bitch.
Yeah. Vegas just opened, so we went to Vegas to see what it's like post or current. It's still current COVID situation, right?
Yeah.
It's still current COVID-19. But, you know, it's one of the first things to open. Obviously, it's a place where you can get all kinds of diseases.
It's so odd to me that Vegas opened.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, you can get COVID there. You can get all kinds of STDs.
you can get COVID there. You can get Coke there.
Yeah, you can get all kinds of stuff in Vegas. But it's one of the first places to officially open. The casinos have opened back up. So we went to Vegas and checked it out so that we could report back on the podcast to tell you what Vegas was like. Also,
I'm sure all of you guys want to hear exactly what Vegas was like opening weekend.
I think people do want to hear it,
Yeah,
though,
I mean,
because
it'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I mean, there've even been news stories covering what Vegas was like opening weekend. So that's what we're going to talk about on the podcast today. But yes, it's very late because we're exhausted because even Vegas during COVID times still makes you goddamn tired.
Yeah, I never
Super
nap,
tired.
and I took a nap today.
Yeah,
And then we
exhausted.
almost didn't do the podcast. We're like, we'll do it tomorrow. But we were like, you guys deserve this podcast.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.
You
so
worked hard today, and you deserve it.
We're going to power through this.
Yes, we are.
And you guys are going to get this podcast.
I'm sorry. We went to Vegas and we've been napping all day, but we were like,
You guys
deserve it.
deserve this.
You're assholes.
So yeah, you guys are getting it. And
Yeah.
it's like Monday night.
It's Monday night. Fresh to Death comes out every single Monday. iTunes, YouTube, rate, review, comment,
And
subscribe.
this is a fresh goddamn podcast.
Yeah, and don't forget about the Fresh Till Death podcast, where Alex and I get high and do stuff that's every Tuesday only on YouTube. And then the Jubal Show podcast every single Wednesday, iTunes, YouTube, rate, review, comment, subscribe.
Thank you.
Before we get into what Vegas was like, I know there are a lot of people that are curious about how your Vegas experience is going to be post, well, it's current still, but eventually will be post COVID-19 times. And we'll tell you all about how Vegas was. I wanted to shout out to all the new subscribers that we got on the YouTube and on iTunes from the last podcast that we did about Micah Stauffer, who is one of the Stauffers, Jim and Micah Stauffer, two of the worst people
On the
the
internet.
planet. Well, yeah, more than
You said internet.
I said planet.
You said planet on the no.
Last one I said internet, yeah.
Yes, that's
but
what
now
I meant.
I've changed it. Now I say planet.
Yeah, because it's probably true.
I think they might be
You guys-
two of
if
the
you-
worst people in the solar system.
If you haven't checked it out, go watch this video.
Yeah.
She's just like a wannabe like
She's a mommy blogger.
mommy blogger on YouTube, and she wants to become famous from it. And she adopted this Chinese son
And
returned him. So
And-
go check out the video. It's pretty crazy. We just talk about like her video of like when she released talking about it.
And it got a lot. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it because it's gotten a lot of listens and a lot of views on the YouTube.
Thank you.
So
for
all the new subscribers and
comments.
all the people in the comments that are hating on them
Subscribing.
along with us.
Yeah.
It's nice. There's only been like 2 people that have said that we're assholes, which surprised me. So I feel like more people should have called us assholes because of the way we talk about people, but we also rip them to shreds, and I feel very good about it.
We definitely ripped them to shreds, and which it was not like most of the other videos.
No.
And she's a narcissist, so I can almost guarantee that she probably saw the video because of how many views it got, and it's just a lot more than most of the other videos about her.
Yeah.
So I think it might be more towards the top. But
I don't know why she hasn't subscribed yet.
I mean, that bitch.
You've watched I guarantee you, Micah and Jim Stauffer watched our video. She cried. He was like, damn it, she has to have to deal with her crying more. He consoled her. They cussed about, they probably said some very racist things about Huxley, the Chinese kid that they got rid of. They wish they never had adopted, and I'm sure you can guess what they said.
I think she thought it wasn't going to go down as bad as it did.
Yeah, they didn't think it was going to be that bad. But I'm sure she watched our video because she does seem like a narcissist, and from everybody's account, she pays attention to all the stuff that's said about her online. Why didn't you subscribe to the channel? A bunch of other
She
people
probably
did.
subscribed under like a ghost account, like
Probably.
one of her troll accounts.
Yeah, but they're
or probably
so
not
dumb.
actually. She's probably the dislike. She's probably the one disliked.
She probably disliked it. She probably subscribed under a ghost account, but they're stupid. They're not smart people because if you're a smart person, well, you wouldn't have done what you did in the first place. But you also wouldn't release a video talking about it like they did.
Right.
So she like made a ghost account, but it's M Stauffer, and you're like, wait a second, that might be.
She literally human trafficked that kid.
Yeah, for
so
real.
So go check out the video.
Yeah.
It's highly
Listen,
entertaining, but very sad.
Yeah.
And she and her husband, honestly, they deserve to go to jail for it.
They do. And
I mean,
think,
she did. It was human traffic. At
Yep.
the end of the day, just for money and fame.
Yep. And
to act like she's like this great mom.
An update, they are being investigated by Delaware County Police.
Yeah, but they're white, so it probably won't go anywhere.
Probably not. They'll probably be fine.
Because she's a privileged mommy blogger.
Yeah. But they are being investigated.
I hope so.
Because they probably didn't rehome the kid in the right way. And maybe they did something illegal. So maybe they actually get some real consequences for their actions.
I was actually really blown away that she actually followed through with getting rid of him because she wants to come across as like this perfect
how do you do that
person and mom, and then she actually gets rid of him. It like blew my mind.
Insane.
I could not get over it.
Well, that's how out of touch they are. Again, if you don't know what we're talking about, trust me, you're gonna want to know what we're talking about. So check out the last podcast, whether on YouTube or on iTunes. It's the one that we did last week, so it's really easy to find.
Yeah.
Check it out. But I forgot where I was going.
I don't know. You were gonna say some point about it was after rehoming Huxley.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
I don't
tired.
know. But okay, so that's enough with that because
enough of that.
We need to get into Vegas, but
yeah, let's talk about Vegas. So we did it. We went to go check out Vegas to see what it was like because basically, like everybody else on the planet, we've been wanting to get out of the house and do something. And I will say, going to Vegas and being able to sit at a bar, no matter how bad the service was, because everything is slow right now in Vegas, honestly. It's not just us complaining. Everybody that we talked to there even was complaining about it. It was amazing to actually go out and sit somewhere like a normal human.
It was so much fun going to the bar.
Yeah.
The first night we got there Friday, we stayed at the Cosmopolitan, and then we went into just like this restaurant that was there and sat at the bar and had a drink.
It was weird.
Had some good food. It was weird. Like literally the first time that I signed a receipt, because we go out to dinner and to drinks a lot, I feel like, and I always sign the receipt.
Because Alex, much like Micah Stauffer, she makes dinner every night for the family, and we sit around the table together. We don't cook dinner a lot.
DoorDash delivers dinner.
We don't cook dinner a lot, but we go out a lot, or we used to go out a lot before the coronavirus.
I have a lot going on. Also cooking, even though I can cook.
You can.
I don't
You
like
just
to,
don't
though.
like to.
I actually really hate cooking. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not. And I don't care to say it.
Yeah.
Because most moms will be like, I'm a great cook, and I cook all the time.
I don't know why people lie about
I do
that.
think I'm a good cook. I just don't.
are.
I just don't enjoy it whatsoever.
Yeah,
it's like a chore for me.
It's fine. Who cares? Like, I don't know why people lie about that, though. My family did that all growing up. We went out to eat every night for dinner pretty much, but it would always be like, you know, your mom always makes a home cooked meal. I'm like, no, she fucking
weird.
doesn't.
That's weird. Don't lie about it.
Olive Garden, California Pizza Kitchen. Those are making. That's where our meals are coming from, and it's fine.
So yeah,
anyway.
So I was signing the receipt, and I'm like, this is actually so weird that I'm signing this receipt right now. It's been so long.
It's like I forgot how to tip.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was nice being able to go out. Vegas is interesting though, because they have opened up a lot of things. There are quite a few casinos that are opened, but there's no nightclubs open. Not like we're going to nightclubs anyway. Their pools are different because the pool parties are
50% capacity.
Yeah, and there's no pool parties.
It's not a party.
There's no like day clubs are not open. No clubs, no entertainment venues. None of that's open. And the pools are at 50% capacity. So the only
everywhere is 50%.
Everywhere is 50% capacity. So even the the little bars that are in casinos, those have like a waiting list because you can't get in there. And they're counting how many people go in and out of those bars. And the weird part is, all of the bars that are open in Vegas right now are closing at like 10 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah.
So
the latest bar is open till 11 right now. And then, what? And then 4 people per elevator.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they had the signs.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
they
the
do.
plaque?
They put
have,
these
like,
plaques
these
up
new
everywhere.
plaques up. So, like, it's weird because everything is changed to COVID standards. Everything. Check in. All the counters are COVID approved.
Oh my God, checking in right now though in Vegas.
Pain in the ass.
If you're gonna go to Vegas, this is travel tips for going to Vegas
A lot of
post-corona.
people were asking about it.
A lot of people were asking. Yeah, people are wondering because people like going to Vegas.
Yeah, and had Vegas plans and had
Yeah.
to cancel or might be going.
People like traveling, and a lot of people went into Vegas for their official reopening weekend. And the check-in process right now, be prepared, is gonna take forever because even the hotel, I think, room-wise, I think they're staying at like 50% capacity.
Everything's 50%.
They're not 100% booking everything because of coronavirus.
And they're not staffing people. There's
No.
just limited staff
Yeah.
too.
But the check-in process between every single customer or guest checking in, they have to go wipe down everything. So the person
And
that's
there's a
checking you in,
plexiglass.
there's plexiglass around it. And the person that's checking you in literally has to go, hold on a second, and wipe down their whole station, their workstation, come on the outside, wipe down the counter area where you'll be standing at. It probably takes at least 2 minutes to do that, 2 or 3 minutes. So imagine that between every single guest. It's going to take you a long time to check in. So there you go. That's
There's-
the number one fresh till death travel tip if you're heading to Vegas post-corona,
COVID.
post-COVID times.
They put the iPads like in the desk now. Like everything is like built to COVID standards.
Yeah.
Like the plexiglass in front of everything. Everything is just like, okay, but the plaques by the elevator, it was like, you know, it was not just like a printed sign. Like
No,
it was
yeah,
like a
they've
plaque.
printed up plaques all
like,
over the place and have
everything's
placed these
different.
plaques around for social distance. And
All the slots are 6 feet apart. Like there's only half of the seats out in front of the slots. So all the seats, half the seats are missing.
Yep. And some places have put up plexiglass between slots.
Yep.
Where we're staying at the Cosmopolitan, they haven't done that. But they do have, if there's a bank of 4 slot machines, they'll only have 1 chair.
Right.
So they are encouraging people not to sit close to each other
Yeah.
at all.
Every staff member is wearing a mask.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Before coronavirus, you could understand what people were saying in public. Now everybody sounds like the teacher on the Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
The wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
You can't understand what anybody's saying. I
I
feel like
know.
I spend most of my time being like, what? Huh? What?
Yeah.
Because they're all the staff is wearing masks.
But nobody else is. Like
No.
pretty much nobody else is wearing a mask. If you're going to Vegas, you're not wearing a mask. You're,
Yeah.
you're a no mask type person, and you're my kind of person.
Right. Yeah. People in Vegas, they don't give a shit. Like they're just acting like it's normal Vegas. They're trying to at least, but it's very different now. Honestly, the whole vibe.
Just for a little bit, maybe a few months.
It'll only be like this for a little while, but the whole vibe was really different. The funny part to me though was that there are still a lot of people who are dressing the part, the Vegas, they're dressing the Vegas part. They're like all like done up in their gear to go out. Like chicks are trying to dress as hot as possible. Douchebags are wearing their douchebag gear.
Yep.
And they're walking around like they just went or are going to a club, but it's like, hey, all the clubs are closed.
Every one of them.
There's a few restaurants that
Where
are
are you
open.
going to? Dinner?
They're closing at 11.
Yeah.
So what kind of fucking crazy partying are you doing right now in Vegas?
Yeah, and it looked uncomfortable.
Yeah. And they're just walking around. Because, those type of people are, the type of people that do that, they go to Vegas to party, right? They're not really gambling even that much. Some of them might gamble a little bit. For the most part, they're more interested in the party. And there's still that crowd going to Vegas right now, but there's nowhere for them to go party. So
Yeah.
they're just like a bunch of dressed up Guidos with nowhere to go. It's funny.
Yeah. And then we saw this girl, she was wearing heels, which I don't mind dressing up once in a while, but I really don't prefer it. But the girl who looked like she was having a really hard time in heels.
It's
She was
funny.
sober, but like they were just too big on her.
Yeah.
I'm just, that looks so uncomfortable.
That's one of my favorite things about going to Vegas in general is watching chicks walk because there's so many chicks that don't wear high heels normally. But when you go to Vegas, you have to because you're in Vegas and you have to wear high heels and think that you're sexy. You can't just wear normal.
I didn't even bring high heels.
I know you didn't because you.
I normally do though.
Yeah, you normally do, but you also know how to walk in high heels. But there's so many like girls walking around Vegas like a deer that's just learning to walk. You know?
No, for sure. I'm like, okay, that is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah.
Watch yourself when you walk past a mirror.
Well,
It's entertaining.
and I don't know. It's funny that there are people there Sorry, I have ice.
Don't mind him. He just took a whole like mouthful of ice.
I put
and now
ice
he's trying. Now he's trying to like not chew it and like let it melt in his mouth and talk at the same time.
All right, I got rid of the ice. I bit into it and it's gone now. It's funny though, the people that are in Vegas who are trying to do Vegas like it used to be, which it will go back to. But if you're gonna go to Vegas right now, be prepared. It's a much calmer experience. I mean, you're still gonna stay up late. You're still gonna you're still gonna get watered down drinks. You're still gonna gamble.
That's my kind of Vegas. Actually.
Yeah.
Like the more chill.
It's more chill though right now.
Yeah, that's my kind of Vegas.
But there are people there who are trying to make it the party Vegas,
Oh my
and it's
God.
just not working.
You guys.
It's like, cut it out. You're not gonna go fucking crazy right now in Vegas. So
No.
if you're planning on going to Vegas to get crazy, wait about 5 months, and then you'll probably be able to go back there where everything's full again and people are not scared of the coronavirus and they're only worried about getting chlamydia.
Well,
You're like normal Vegas,
yeah.
you know. But right now, though, if you're going there, just plan on just be comfortable, chilling. Go hang out by the pool and relax.
yeah, we
and
went
stuff,
to the
but
party pool
yeah,
both days.
and there's no party.
There's no party.
There's like 3 people trying to party, and they're being really goddamn annoying.
Really annoying. Just stop.
Even the crowds of like the normal douchey people who would be partying, they
Yeah.
understand enough what it's like right now. Like there was plenty of those people. The normal Vegas party crowd pool people who are really obnoxious all the time and they're loud and they want all the attention. Even the attention whores were like, it's coronavirus. We're here in the sun. It's nice, but
Literally.
it's not going to get crazy. We're not going to be
So
doing a bunch of
weird
body
how-
shots off people. But there was like 3 or 4
Yeah.
who just didn't get it. And they
No.
kept trying to
Oh
party.
my God.
And all they were doing, everybody around the pool literally was just watching them and making fun of them.
Yeah.
Alex and I were watching all of the people sitting around and they're just like laughing at how they were just wanting to get attention, but
Oh my
everybody's
God.
like,
Okay,
hey, stop.
Like we're at a party pool. Nobody's partying. Everybody's
No.
pretty much chilling. I mean, everybody's drinking and enjoying the sun, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
standing in the pool around, but nobody's like really faded. Nobody's drunk. Like nobody's dancing hardcore.
Yeah.
There's no music really.
The music's not even loud because there's no DJs.
There's no DJ.
Yeah.
But there's this girl and she's literally like running around the entire pool with her drink in the air because the pool is very shallow.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like skipping around in the pool with her drink in the air like she is freaking Beyonce or something.
Yeah. And nobody's into it. It's just
Nobody's
like,
into it. She came by our daybed because
Yeah.
we got like this daybed right by the pool, and she's like, "Cheers!"
and we're like, no.
And I didn't have a
I
drink,
cheers her 'cause I had
but
a drink,
Jubal had
but-
a drink, and he like didn't want to, and he like was like,
Yeah, it was a really
and
slow, awkward,
She was like,
okay,
she was like, no,
fine.
no cheers.
I'm like,
then
yeah,
you
I
guys
guess,
cheers.
fine.
And then she went to cheers me. I'm like, I don't have one.
But it's just like, what are you doing? Nobody's doing that right now. Normally at a Vegas pool, like we go to Vegas a lot.
Oblivious.
We like Vegas. We've been there when it is party time, and I'm not even a crazy like wild partier, but even I'll like be splashing around and
Yeah.
going crazy in the pool.
Yeah.
But it's just not like that
Literally
right now
nobody's
because
doing it.
everybody's just happy to be out of the house, and it's not packed, it's not wild. Stop trying to make it like you went to Vegas and had this crazy Vegas weekend. It's not there
Okay.
yet.
I want to discuss the mom who brought her 2-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Because despite that it's chill, the pool that we were at the Cosmo was the party pool. There's 2 other pools that are chill pools
Yeah.
that are really nice, that are just as big, probably, family friendly. And
Yeah,
even
and they're
though
described as such
Yeah.
by the hotel. Family friendly, calm.
so even though this weekend was pretty chill for Vegas, there's still a group.
It's still Vegas.
It's still, it's still like a party scene.
Yeah, like
at
people
this
are
pool.
drinking
People
and
are
stuff,
drinking.
you know?
I mean, there are drunk people, but they're not out of control. And then there's that group that we're talking about, and there was like probably 10 of them.
Yeah.
There's probably 10
more
of
than
them
3. But
There. Oh, you said 3. No,
Yeah.
altogether, that pack. I mean, they might have been like off,
Yeah,
maybe
little
3 at a
groups,
time.
yeah.
But they would get together and they would get crazy in the pool, just like dancing and stuff, but only for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this girl, and she looked very young, 20s. Brought her 2-year-old.
to the pool.
And
to
then,
the pool.
like, okay, I want to discuss this because I posted a story on my Instagram about it,
Yeah.
and it was funny to me. Like, I felt bad for the kid, but it was funny. Like, it was a funny story to me, and I got a lot of responses saying, wow, like, can't believe she brought her 2-year-old. And then I got, like, a couple of people were like, that's kind of messed up, just let her be, but it's like, why would you bring your 2-year-old to the party pool? Like, nobody wants that 2-year-old here either. Like, when there's 2 other pools that are family friendly that probably have kids that he can play with there.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about most of the people that are at the party pools in Vegas, usually younger crowd or older crowd that just wants to drink and relax and like not worry about having to like, if you turn around and elbow a 2-year-old.
I personally think it was irresponsible.
I think it was really irresponsible because you had other places that you could go with them. And yeah, why would you take the risk of somebody getting crazy, like somebody running through the pool all crazy with their drink up and like smacking your 2-year-old in the face?
The nastiness in the pool.
Yeah, people are gross.
Because he was like swimming in the pool the entire time, like disgusting water. And
but
she had a drink
all
in her
the water
hand
in the Vegas pools is disgusting because remember?
Yeah, I do.
They came out with a news story a little while ago that said even
like don't go in Vegas pools because of how nasty they are.
Even a scientist who studied germ warfare said that Vegas pools are so disgusting that he wouldn't even go in them.
I'm like, okay, that I can't ever get out of my mind when I go to Vegas. But yeah, so she's just and she has a drink in her hand the whole time. Like, I don't care if people drink, but it's like I feel like it's irresponsible.
Well,
and she's like running around after him like the entire time. Well,
she wasn't paying attention.
When she was paying attention, and I could only feel embarrassed for her. That's how I felt. And this is just my opinion. I felt embarrassed for her because she was literally like half the time just running after him awkwardly with a drink in her hand and like talking to people along the way. I'm just like, oh, that's
she had
cringe.
A 2-year-old running around the Vegas party pool, and you described it a little bit, but I don't know if you really described how inattentive she was. Like she was with a group of 2 other people.
It was a couple.
A guy and his girlfriend or wife. Although it looks like the guy was more interested in the woman that had the kid than his wife. That's a whole different story. But there were so many times where the mom of this kid, would be talking to someone else, like hitting on a guy, or a guy's hitting on her and she's talking, and the 2-year-old's just running off in the pool somewhere, and the other couple had to chase him down. So it's not like Alex just being like, oh my God, she was drinking around her kid. No, drinking around your kid is fine if you're not getting hammered.
Yeah.
Taking him to a pool, an appropriate pool, and having a few drinks is great.
Totally.
Taking him to a Vegas party pool, a 2-year-old letting him run around, and then you not paying attention, probably not the best idea.
It's irresponsible.
Yeah.
And so I was embarrassed for her. But yeah, she would be like taking selfies and he would be off. And
That's right. She was so concerned with taking selfies. She wasn't paying any attention to the kid. There was a couple times where she was taking selfies and taking pictures with her friend, and the kid was like just like gone. And then she would turn around, she's like, "Where's whatever?" And then that other person that was with him would have to go track him down. Or sometimes other people would like kind of like push the kid back over to her.
That time where we didn't know where she went.
Yeah.
She disappeared, and like the other 2 weren't paying attention. And then like he went over to this group of people, and they were like, Where the fuck?
They didn't want to deal with him.
They were like, where the fuck did this kid come from?
Yeah, why is there a baby in the middle of our group right now?
Literally, where's the mom? Yeah. And it was like at least 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
That so she came back. And I'm like, what? That's so weird.
It was really weird.
I don't know. It's just highly irresponsible to me.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. You guys do you.
I think there's a lot of people who shared your opinion, though, because you posted your story on Instagram.
No, totally. Like, I only got a couple people who said, just let her do her. And then actually someone was like, oh, and like after they watched like the rest of my story, because it got worse, because like as the time goes on, she gets.
Oh, she was taking a picture with her friend or whoever that, I don't know if I'm guessing they're friends. They're taking a picture together. Who, by the way, was wearing her heels in the pool.
Oh my God.
Again, this is a very toned down Vegas right now. This is not kind of Vegas where you're wearing stilettos in the pool.
She did.
But she was wearing her heels in the pool because she's going fucking crazy. And then her friend has the baby, and they're taking a picture together, and the baby starts to like walk over in the picture, and they were both so annoyed that this baby fucked up their picture, and she grabs him by his little water wings and is like trying to get him out of the picture. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and the other girl was like.
Yeah, the other girl's like pointing, like, get out of the picture, you fucking little
so
rugrat.
Awkward, but the girl had like, that girl who was like pointing out, like had such like a huge smile on her face because she thinks that everybody's watching her take this selfie with this girl. So she's like, oh my God, I had to get.
I like how we're like, she thinks everybody's watching her, but we were totally watching them.
No, but she expects that people are watching her.
I know.
Like she thinks everybody's watching her take the selfie. And so she has to be, and she was like this huge smile. I'm like, oh my God.
She has this huge smile on her face trying to look like cool and whatever, while meanwhile she's pointing at this 2-year-old to get the fuck out of the picture.
I'm sorry that we're like saying all this, but I'm just being real. This girl, when she was taking a selfie by herself, not the mom.
You're talking
her
about
friend.
the girl that was wearing high heels in the pool. Okay.
She was like holding her phone out like in a weird direction, like upside down, and then like way underneath her ass, and like all the way above her head. And she was in the middle of the pool, and like really nobody else around her. She was just like herself and like nobody else around her. And she was doing it for a while, and she was just like making these weird faces and like spinning around the phone to like get everything, and she just wouldn't stop. Her face was like engulfed in her phone,
just buried in it.
She would not get out of her phone. Meanwhile, her boyfriend or husband, whoever he is hitting on her friend, the mom.
Big time. Oh,
we
my
watched
God.
that for hours.
It was really entertaining.
I couldn't even believe how blatantly obvious he was being. Really, he was giving so much attention to this mom.
Yep.
And you could just tell the body language, like his interaction, like he was really involved with this kid. It wasn't his kid because the kid was white, and
it might be
both
his
of them,
stepkid soon, though.
yeah, both of them were like darker skin, so you could tell it wasn't his kid, and it was her kid, and no baby daddy around, and he was very interested in her
and the kid,
and I'm like, that's fucked.
I'm assuming it was his wife. I'm gonna assume it was his wife. It might have been his girlfriend. She would talk to him, and he'd kind of be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, at one point she like, because again, she's wanting attention. So I guess if you're wondering about Vegas and how the pool scene is, it's still great people watching. Even with the coronavirus right now, still great people watching. Oh yeah,
you said something that is like very true about people.
The narcissism.
Yes.
The narcissism at Vegas pools is amazing. It's like
literal.
People aren't even swimming in chlorine water. They're just swimming in their own narcissism in Vegas. Because it's just all... It's mostly people taking pictures of themselves and looking around at other people trying to see who's watching them because they feel like they're so cool right now because they're in Vegas, which is just weird. It's just a city where you can party. Why are you any cooler? Because it's so strange.
It is.
But he would like kind of brush off anytime his wife would talk to him. At one point, she bent over like slap my ass, you know, and he just kind of like slapped it like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He like slapped it, but like he didn't even look at it. He like looked away. And then would stare at his, and then stare at the mom's ass.
Her friend with the kid, the mom.
It was like
really funny.
We were watching this whole thing go down for hours. I couldn't even believe how much attention he was paying those two, and not his girlfriend or wife or whoever. Yeah,
no, they're having problems.
I'm like, and then she's actually too buried in her phone to notice.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah. She's too busy taking selfies.
She literally was.
And looking at her pictures to notice that her husband or boyfriend or whoever is probably having an affair with her friend who's with
or
them.
about to.
Or about to. Yeah.
It's Vegas, bitch. What happens in Vegas
what
stays.
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Oh, shit. Unless you find out that I cheated on you and now we have to get a divorce.
Could you imagine if you got her pregnant?
Oh, yeah, he gets her pregnant at the pool. Like she was just taking selfies and they went behind somewhere.
She conceives there.
She gives birth
and then
at the pool.
And then now she has 2 kids and one is his and he's taking care of the other one.
And they're no longer friends anymore. And they really wish they wouldn't have gone to Vegas.
God. What if you got both of them pregnant at the same time?
Wouldn't surprise me.
But it was a shit show.
Yeah, it was.
With them too.
Yes.
3.
So that was very entertaining to watch. Overall, though, if you're wondering about going to Vegas, I would say that it's awesome to go do something right now.
Yep.
Because we haven't been able to do things for months now. Sitting in a restaurant, sitting at a slot machine, which, by the way, you're going to get murdered as far as gambling goes right now.
Have fun.
You're definitely going to get murdered.
They need to make their money back.
Yeah, we gambled. We played some slots. We played table games. But we played a lot of slots this trip. And the minimums on the slot machines are super expensive. And we were talking about it, just the two of us, me and Alex were talking about it to each other. We're like, I wonder if everything is more expensive as far as the gambling goes, and we seem to be like really getting killed as far as winning and losing goes. We're losing a lot more than we're winning, and usually we don't gamble like a ton of cash, but we gamble enough to where we can sit there for a while and just have a good time because it's fun, it's entertainment. But we were just like, we would just get killed every single time. And I was like, I wonder if because they've been closed for so long, they've set it up and they've set the limits at a point where they just need to make their money back. So they know people are just going to get killed and they're going to make a bunch of money. And Alex got in a conversation with another lady who was on a slot machine a couple slots away. Cause remember, social distance. And she was saying the same thing. And she goes to Vegas all the time.
Yeah.
She's like a gambling. She's a slot-aholic. You know.
Yeah, she was trying to talk to me. I didn't want to talk back because you guys know I don't want to talk to people.
Alex is introverted and shy and doesn't want to talk. But you do a good job of talking to her. Like it looked like you guys were having a nice conversation.
Oh yeah, I know. I know because I don't want to be rude, but I
sound
definitely
like an asshole sometimes.
But I'm not rude. Like I just don't want to. I just don't want to have the small talk.
I know, but you're introverted and you're shy.
Yes.
It's not that you're an asshole.
And I just want to play my
It's just
slots.
the way that you described it, though, just sounded like. And she wanted to talk, and I was like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Just stay in your lane, okay? You're at your slot. I'm at mine. I want to get Willy Wonka.
No, I'm the same way. I don't like small talk.
But she was trying to tell me like how much money she put in, how much she lost, why the machine is doing this, and what it usually does, and she usually gets this, and she's getting this, and she has to do it this way to get her money back.
And I was like, why do you care about her game so much? She was like telling you all this stuff about her game, and
it wasn't the same machine as mine.
It was unsolicited too.
It was very
weird.
unsolicited.
But she did make a comment about the slots being more expensive and everything else, feeling like they have to make their money back.
And then we saw this one savage sitting at a slot machine. This old lady, she's got a gambling problem. She was doing $100 per spin.
Yeah.
Slots, $100. So I just watched her for a few minutes. She was at like 1,000 or 1,200 or something, and then she went down to like 100, and then she won 2,000. And then just kept, and the next thing I look over, she's back down to like a couple hundred. I'm like,
I would not want to do slots at $100.
How much money is she putting in this freaking machine? Like, you can go through $1,000 and that like in less than a minute, really, on a slot like that.
Yeah, if you're doing $100 spins, for sure.
So damn, like this lady.
But but that's another thing too. Is I feel like here's what the opening weekend of Vegas attracted. It attracted people. It attracted the gamblers, like people who have been like just itching to gamble because they're like, fuck, I haven't been able to gamble forever. Because they said at the hotel, like all of their high rollers checked in right away, which are people like not necessarily who but the people that gamble the most came right away. And then the people that wanted to party the most, there was like, we're in the middle. We party during the day in Vegas, but we do like to sleep a little bit at night and stuff like that. But it got the people who have been itching to gamble and the people who have been itching to go be douchebags in the clubs back right away.
Yeah. No clubs are open though, so sorry to burst your bubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our Vegas experience.
That was our Vegas COVID-19 experience.
I do recommend it if you want to go and get some sun, get out of the house, go do it.
People watch at the pool.
It's great.
Oh, was it? I don't know if this was informative. I think it was informative.
Yeah, for sure, because a lot of people asked about it because a lot of people go to Vegas
and a lot of people have been wanting to go to Vegas.
And either we're supposed to or are going to soon or are supposed to soon,
I would say if you want to go to Vegas, if you've been wanting to go to Vegas and now that it's finally open, think about what your goals are.
Yeah, if you want to party, it's going to be anticlimactic.
Wait a little bit. If you go there for the clubs and you go there for the party, give it a few months. If you want to gamble, go there, but no, you're going to get your ass handed to you.
It's just chill.
Yeah, it's just very chill right now.
Still fun though.
So if you go there to gamble, know that the limits and stuff are going to be higher, and you might lose a lot more than you usually do.
But you can eat.
But you
can
go eat in a restaurant. You can have a drink.
Yeah.
You can be around other people. You can sit in the sun by the pool. You can make fun of people to yourself at the pool.
Let us know. Are you going to go risk getting COVID? Ooh, that's another thing. I want to end on this note. They said that Vegas is the new COVID hotspot after this weekend. I'm like, how in the actual fuck do you know that?
That's just propaganda,
It's absolute propaganda. Because look at these protests started 10, 12 days ago at this point. Like the big ones?
The Black Lives Matter protests. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So what's going to happen with that with COVID?
And
there's lots of social distancing in Vegas still. Like everything's 50% capacity. They are doing a very good job. Yeah. It's very clean.
What it is for Vegas, I was actually impressed.
I'm like, how are they saying it's a new COVID hotspot? Because it just opened? Like,
yeah, I think that they're trying to say, I feel like it's news blowing things out of proportion because Vegas just opened. A lot of people haven't wanted it to open.
But yeah,
and so they're just trying to paint the picture of like, well, all these irresponsible partiers went to Vegas and now it's How would you know that after one weekend when it takes 14 days to find out if you have the coronavirus?
Exactly.
So it's not 14 days later yet. They just opened this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that the protests aren't important because they are. I'm just saying there's hundreds of thousands of people that are shoulder to shoulder in the middle of these streets of these huge cities.
So Vegas it's doubtful that with all that going on, Vegas is the hot spot.
Right.
And
I mean, did you see LA Street the other day? Insane.
See what?
LA Street, like where the protest was. Like how many people? Oh, and just the ones that you seen protests. Like how many people are together?
Oh yeah,
like,
there's tons of people.
So it'll be interesting to see what comes out from that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I got coronavirus will spike a little bit, but I think as a whole, it's time for us to get back to normal.
Yeah.
I think that at first they thought the coronavirus is going to be way more deadly than it was. And they know now more about it and they know who it affects. So it's like, if you're high risk, I think you need to stay home.
Yep.
If you have a family member who's high risk, don't go around them if you've been out in places where you might have come in contact with it. Or you also stay home with them. But I think for the economy and for people just getting back to normal life, I think we've learned now that if you have a normal immune system and you're fairly healthy, you'll be okay. You might get it, but you'll beat it.
Yeah, you may not even know you have it.
Exactly.
Let us know.
I think it's fine to get back to normal now.
Are you going to go to Vegas, or would you go to Vegas?
Yeah.
Would you wear a mask?
Are we assholes and irresponsible for doing it?
Would you wear gloves?
Would you wear a condom?
Would you use gloves to finger somebody?
Should you? Should you anyway?
You should not.
No.
No, it doesn't feel good with
the glove on.
No, I wouldn't think. I've never had that with a glove.
Would it be weird if a guy,
He's like, hold on.
Hold on 1 second and put on a
okay,
glove?
where's your butt?
It's like, what are you doing right now? Are you giving me like a prostate exam? I know women don't have prostates, but you know what I mean. A prostate exam or...
He's like, no, I just don't want to get my finger dirty.
So would you wear a mask if you went to Vegas? Would you wear a glove on your hand if you fingered somebody in Vegas?
Would you go to Vegas right now?
Would you go to Vegas right now? I think overall, Alex, your Vegas experience on a scale of 1 to 10.
It was about 5.
I would say mine's about 5 to 7.
Yeah, I've got to say that because,
Because why?
Because
why?
It was just the whole experience was just like, it was fun, but...
Yeah, it wasn't like normal Vegas.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me too. So there you go. That's the Fresh Till Death star rating or scale of 1 to 10 rating on what it would be if you went to Vegas.
Right now with COVID.
Yeah, it's a 5 to 7.
5 to 7. I would actually probably have to get a little bit more than 5 because I actually do enjoy not like super party.
Yeah.
So probably like a 6 or 7. Okay, there you go.
So we'll say it's a solid 6 or 7.
Okay.
It's a solid 6 or 7.
We hope you enjoy the review of Vegas. It doesn't. But that's what we got for you.
Yep. So
now we're gonna go back to bed.
Yes, we are. We're gonna go back to sleep. I hope that the podcast today was interesting to you. Also, we're so tired from being in Vegas that if it wasn't, we'll do better next week.
Yeah, we will.
We will.
I think it'll still be good and it's informative.
I think so. I think honestly people are interested in what life is like now. Like people are starting to get out. So yes.
Wrap it up, Buttercup.
Wrap it on up. I'm rambling because I'm tired still.
So wrap it up. Except
just
like your finger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, that was the Fresh to Death podcast every single Monday, iTunes, YouTube. Rate, review, comment, and subscribe to it. Subscribe to the podcast where you can on the YouTube or on the iTunes. The Fresh to Death podcast every single Tuesday on YouTube. Check that out tomorrow because tomorrow's Tuesday. And then the Jubal Show podcast every single Wednesday, iTunes, YouTube. Rate, review, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.